Good morning. I recently bought the Canon G7X Mark III, which is what I'm filming this on, so this is a nice little tester. I've never used it before, so welcome, here we are. I'm at the bus stop. It is currently like 2 minutes past 8 in the morning. I'm about to head to rehearsals for Treason, and I thought I would bring you with me on a day in the life of me, Martha Percy. It's the character I'm playing in Treason. I have perfected the art. The road's a bit busy, sorry. I have perfected the art of getting ready in less than half an hour. I woke up at 7:25 this morning. I think that's pretty good going. I've opted for my banana dress today. It has pockets. Even had time to make myself a coffee. Perfect. I've not brought a jacket with me or an umbrella. And rain is forecasted for today. So maybe I've made a grave mistake, but I'm just too hot. I'm just too hot. It's already 19 degrees and it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, so big no from me. But I might be paying for it later. Let's see what happens. So we are rehearsing in Mile End at St Barnabas Church, which is a little far away from my house, which is why I leave at 8 o'clock in the morning to be there for 10. It is 20 past 9. I'm always at least 40 minutes early, but it's just good, just in case any of the trains go down. And there are train strikes this week as well, so just wanted to be on the safe side, because if something does happen, I'm screwed. And I will end up being at least 45 minutes late as opposed to 45 minutes early. So I've got enough time to go and get a coffee, go get some water, because I forgot to bring some water with me, and it's really hot. Even though it's really cloudy and a bit grey, it's still really hot. Ah, London. Ah, crime. I do fear that I'm really going to regret not bringing a jacket or an umbrella. Here we are. This has been home for the last 2 weeks, St Barnabas Church. I'm gonna walk straight past it and get a coffee. Coffee obtained, vanilla flat white in my little Frank Green Scrumbles cat cup. And now I need to get some water. So I'm in the little alleyway behind the church with my coffee. You will laugh when you see my tripod. Very makeshift. But I thought I would just spend a couple minutes, seconds, years explaining what Treason is, because I'm sure there's a bunch of you who have no idea. It is a new British musical all about the Gunpowder Plot. Obviously, if you're from the UK, the Gunpowder Plot is part of your history that you learn at school, but I was taught an awful lot about Guy Fawkes and next to nothing about Robert Catesby, and it was actually Robert Catesby's plan. But Treason kind of follows the story of lots of people, but it mostly follows the story of Thomas Percy, who was one of the plotters who was involved in trying to blow up Parliament. And there's a storyline between him and his wife Martha, that is who I play, how their belief system is the same and how they want Catholics to be able to be free to practice their religion. Because this was at a time when King James was fining and burning Catholics simply for being Catholic. So they had to pray in hiding. So they have the same wants. They both want to be able to pray in the way that they would like to pray and practice their religion. But Robert Catesby and Thomas Percy, they want to kill a lot of innocent people in order to do that. Whereas Martha is like, surely there's a more peaceful approach to this. Surely there's a better way than blowing up Parliament. And I think it's just it's a really interesting show because of the history behind it, and because there are things that even I didn't know. I'm British and I didn't know. But also there's a real like moral aspect to it, and this whole idea of like dying for what you believe in, and how two people can have the same belief system and yet have two very different ways of going about getting to the same end point. Plus the music's really good. The music by Ricky Allen and Kieran Lynn, just unreal. I could honestly talk about it for forever. But we have 2 performances, they're concert performances, so it's not like the full staged production with sets and costumes. We have like hints of costume, but it wouldn't be, they're not like what they would be if it was a full production. But we have 2 concert performances at the Drury Lane next Monday, Tuesday, Monday the 22nd, Tuesday the 23rd. I think there are still tickets left. I don't know when this video will go out. If it's before those performances, then come on down, come and see us. But yeah, it's great, it's really, really good. I'm a little bit nervous about Monday and Tuesday, mainly because Monday is also the day that I start rehearsals for the Caucasian Chalk Circle, which is the play that I'm doing in October. I start rehearsals for that on Monday, so I have to go to the Monday morning like meet and greet, and then come to the dress rehearsal of Treason, and then perform Treason in the evening. It's going to be a lot. Those 2 days are going to be a lot. That handover, I might be a bit tired beginning of next week, but I'm so excited about Treason. I'm so excited. I just think it's really good. And I think I said on a Instagram Q&A recently that actors are usually quite self-aware and they know when they're in something questionable. I have been in that position before. But obviously it's a really hard position to be in because you can't outwardly say that. So usually I just stay more quiet and just don't promote those things as heavily as I usually would. Or I'll talk about the time that I'm having as opposed to the project itself. Treason is the opposite. Treason, I think, is really genuinely amazing, and I just want it to be a full production. I want it to be a fully blown, big, awesome sets, costumes, wigs, lighting, sound, everything, the full shebang. And I'd like to be part of it. Of course I'd love to be part of it, but this is showbiz, you never know what's gonna happen. But I'd just like to see it if I didn't get to be part of it, because I just think it's so good, and I think what Ricky and Kieran and the whole team have created is just so good. It's so good. So yeah, Treason's great, come watch it. Hello, voiceover Carrie here. So we had a quick warm up. That's me doing some very attractive lip trills there. Then I was broken for an early lunch whilst they worked on another number that I wasn't in. And then myself, Rebecca and Daniel went for a walk, and we ended up helping a boat through a lock on the canal, which was definitely not how we expected to spend our lunch breaks, but what fun.
You get to close that gate.
Huh?
You get to?
You get to.
Oh.
I'm just going to get on and we're going to close it for them.
Okay.
So we waved off the boat, closed the gate, and went straight back to rehearsals. Away with it, I didn't get caught in the rain at all. Today I have no excuse for the fact that I have no jacket and no umbrella. I was in at 2 today, I had a whole morning. It wasn't even like I rushed out the house. I had a whole morning to plan for this, and the worst part about it, slash the best part about it, I'm going to see Cruise tonight. It's a play produced by my lovely friend Jamie Lambert, who's producing my concerts, my tour next year. So I'm going to watch that, but I was gonna change back at the church where we're rehearsing and then saunter over once I was changed and ready. But I've got a nice dress, so I didn't want to have to put on my nice dress and then walk for 10 minutes in the rain to the station. So I'm gonna have to find a Starbucks toilet to change in, I think. Classy. But I've heard that the play is amazing, so I cannot wait to go and watch it. So I've come into the Piccadilly Circus station toilets. None of the lights work, so I'm having to do my makeup by phone torch. This is the dress that I've gone for. I also wore this dress at my book launch. I'm going for better shoes than this, but I've still got a little bit of a way to walk, so I don't want to do it in high heels. This dress is hot. It's hot.
Is this a video?
You're a West End producer, babe. In the best coat ever. Would you call this a coat?
A coat, yeah.
Yeah. Look at the cats.
It's giving very like memory. Oh.
Let's not go there. Congratulations. Yay!
We had a brilliant night tonight.
What did we do?
We went to the theatre.
We're back in time.
To 1983.
It wasn't 80. Oh, maybe it
Says
was.
no, it wasn't.
88.
Run.
It was amazing. Go see it.
It was really good. We loved it. We loved the music. We loved the singing.
The singing, especially.
I love how it wasn't a musical and all you're talking about is the music.
It was cinematic, Carrie.
It was.
Cinematic and
Yeah.
the singing was lovely.
The guy that played the DJ, played it, but it was the DJ.
Vocals. I thought it was you.
I had a good time.
Me too.
Right, say goodbye.
Bye.
I didn't expect to bump into PB and Heber, so that was such a nice surprise. We went out for dinner after the show, and then I went and picked up Joel from Hamilton because we were staying at his for the evening because it was one of his housemates' birthday. But this is Daniel Stockton, one of the greatest people we know, performing a magic trick especially for you.
Go.
Hello everyone and welcome to the amazing Dandrini. I'm going to do my... Yes, Dandrini, Joe. I'm going to...
Dandrini?
Carrie, this is my show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to do my amazing disappearing act. Here we go. Abra. Woo! Abra!
Welcome to Carrie Fletcher's vlog, everyone.
This is Joel. He's just brought me coffee and a pastry this morning because we had a little bit of time because there's tube strikes and stuff, so we got up really early.
And a croissant, actually.
And a Nutella croissant. It was very, very good.
It was very good.
Yeah, early morning. He's got a workshop in King's Cross.
I'm not allowed to say what it is.
Yeah, it's top
a
secret.
secret.
Top secret. I'm rehearsing for Treason, which is like a 10-minute walk down this road.
8 hours.
Yeah, it feels like that. I've got to be there in half an hour though, I've got ages. So, but we just stopped for a little coffee. Hello, it's been a little while since you've been in my living room, so welcome back. I came home after rehearsals and fell asleep on my sofa for 2 hours. We only have 2 weeks to get Treason up and running, which is definitely enough time seeing as it's a concert version. If it was like a fully fledged, full-blown musical with sets and costumes and quick changes and all that kind of stuff, 2 weeks is definitely cutting it fine. But for a concert version, it's all pretty straightforward. Stand at your seat, walk forward to sing. There's some staging. We've got some amazing dancers from Erdang. But with that being said, if there are any moments within the show that I feel are sticky, or I'm just still finding that harmony really hard, or that timing, like that entrance into that line, I'm coming off the back of someone else saying something, so I need to make sure that I really know what my lyrics are and what those notes are. Those are the kind of things that I'm going to come home and rehearse on my own, because at the end of the day, if I get it wrong, the only person who looks stupid is me. So I do a lot of my own rehearsing, my own homework, I guess. But today, because I had a late night last night seeing Cruise and then it being my friend's birthday, it just caught up with me today. So I got the afternoon off today. We did the morning session, we ran the whole show. And then our director actually had something else. She's working on 2 projects at the moment, so she had to disappear. And so she was like, Taylor, the choreographer, is going to work on some bits and pieces with the dancers and some little like entrances with you, and then once you're done, you're done. So I got home at like 3:25, and I did nothing but get into comfier clothes, lay down on the sofa, and zonked out. Like I was dead to the world for a good 2 hours. But since then, I got up, I had a bath. I went to Lush today and bought some bath bombs on the way home at Liverpool Street Station. So I had a bath, I washed my hair ready for tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning there are tube strikes. Pretty much the entirety of the TfL tube map is down. So Joel is driving us both into London because his rehearsals are at 11, mine are at 10. And I'm also seeing
Diva Live from Hell, which is a show at the Turbine, which Luke Bayer's in. It's their press night tomorrow night. So I'll be watching that whilst Joel's in Hamilton, so it just makes sense for us to then meet up and then drive back to my house. Also, I'm getting a lot of questions about have Joel and I moved in together? And the answer is no, we haven't moved in together. But the problem slash the wonderful thing about us as individuals, I guess, is that we are both very busy, and we've got our own careers that are going on. He's in Hamilton, he's also rehearsing for another workshop at the moment during the day, so Joel is literally working like 12-hour days and will be for the next 4 weeks. I am doing Treason, and then the day that I perform Treason, as I said at the beginning of the video, is also the day that I start rehearsals for Caucasian Chalk Circle. Basically, if we don't stay at each other's houses, we don't see each other, because the only times that we could possibly spend any time with each other is the morning and the evenings before we go to work and after we go to work. So it just makes sense that we stay at each other's houses. It is 11:15 right now, and Joel is on his way back from Hamilton. Tomorrow is a very big day because it is the Treason Sitz Probe. I'm sure I've said this before because I think I filmed Sitz Probes before, but a Sitz Probe is a sitting down rehearsal. On one side of the room you'll have the cast all sat down, there will be mics in a line, and when it's your turn to sing you'll go up to the mic and just sing your song. There's no choreography, blocking, staging, there's none of that. It's literally just, sometimes if you've got a show that isn't sung through, Treason is sung through, but if you've got a show that has scenes in between, usually you don't perform the scenes, you just do the songs, because the purpose of a Sitz Probe is it's the first time you will have sung with the orchestra or band. So tomorrow we get to hear Treason in its entirety with the orchestra and the entire cast singing their lungs out. So that's a really exciting day. Sitz Probe is usually quite an emotional one as well if the music is vaguely emotional, and Treason is definitely that. There's a song called Caught in the Crossfire, and it's a song sung between Ursula, Dorothy and Martha. They're the 3 characters, but it's me, Rebecca and Emily. And I look at both of them halfway through the song, and I'm welling up now, oh my god. I look at them both through the song and we've all got like really glassy eyes because we just can't hold ourselves together. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Joel to get back. Usually we don't stay up for very long, but we usually just debrief each other on our days, what rehearsals are like, what his show was like. We have a little chat and then we'll just go to bed and pass out. And at the moment it's so hot that we always have like 3 fans in the room all going at the same time because it's just too warm at the moment. But I love that it's been raining because it has cooled down considerably outside, which I'm very thankful for. So yeah, good night, and I will see you tomorrow at the Sitz Probe. The following day, the Sitz Probe went really well. It's always a little bit daunting singing with the orchestra for the first time, just because there's lots of bits of music that you've not heard before. But it went really, really well, and I got a great clip of Piers and Katie, 2 of our producers, proving themselves to be the biggest fans of Treason that there are.
I will be a fair king.
After rehearsals, because the trains were down, I decided to take a boat from London Bridge to the Turbine. It was the first time I'd ever rode the Uber boat. I didn't even know it existed until I looked it up. And it's just got the most gorgeous views. I think it's my favourite way to travel through London, but I don't really get to do it that often just because I never really get to go to the side of London that the boat travels to. I'm never really in Battersea unless I'm travelling to the Turbine to see a show, and that night I was going to see Diva Live from Hell starring the marvellous Luke Bayer, and it was one of the best things I've seen all year. Luke was phenomenal, the writing was phenomenal, it was hysterical, dark, you should all go and see it. And that pretty much sums up my week. See you next time.